Hey Patreon, once again guys, thank you for your support. Basically have looked at a new playbook that's kind of getting me a little bit excited to run it just because it's got a lot of unique plays in it. We're going to be taking a look at this RAMS playbook. I'm going to look at some of the shotgun formations and try to build off of that. In particular, we're going to start off with this tight Y off formation. And the reason why is that it's got some old school plays that I used to run in previous Madden, such as the tight end corner, the 0-1 trap, and then another play is this RPO peak slant bubble. The peak slant bubble was basically kind of downgraded last year, but now as I'm testing it right now, it actually seems pretty effective. Another play that we're going to use in the scheme is going to be the red zone scissors. And then the one play that I really like, this is good against people that run a lot of zero blitzes against you, is this choice pivot return. I have gotten numerous touchdowns off this, just reading the coverage correctly if they ran into cover one or man coverage or whatnot. The other plays we're going to take a look at is basically you could use an inside zone if you want a little bit more consistent running. One cool play that you could use is going to be this cheat RPO zone, but let's just go ahead and use this. We'll be able to go ahead and audible into the tight flex weak, the normal close, flanker close, and then we'll also go ahead and take a look at the doubles Y off, and then we'll build into the split wide receiver backfield. So this really has kind of very unique stuff. But we're going to start off with the base formation. We're going to use this as our base to be able to jump into it. So the play I prefer to use is going to be the RPO peak slant bubble. And the reason why is that this is very effective. And I'm just going to run this against random nickel defenses and kind of go from there. Now, I want to show you once again, you can easily jump into the tight flex, very fast adjustment. You can go into the gun tight flex, which you can see is basically a really fast adjustment, and then you can go into the normal Y off close, which actually will help you go ahead and jump into other things. But also you've got this other formation you can jump into. Essentially is going to be the doubles Y off, which doesn't really have the best plays, but it's just another thing you could do in your back pocket. Now, out of the huddle, we like to use this RPO bubble pass, and really the route I want to develop right here is this little bubble route on the back side. That particular route is really awesome, and what's cool about it is that little route out here plays the inside defender and not the outside defender, so he's not going to allow someone to actually jump underneath that route. The only time you actually can get yourself in trouble is obviously if you got a guy that kind of comes down. So we're going to build our entire scheme off of that particular play and making sure that we're going to harass our opponent. Now you've got yourself a nice little inside zone play that you can actually use with this particular play. One thing I want to let you know is the slant on the backside. I really don't like it, and the reason why is the slant doesn't have a lot of depth. And I don't think, I'm going to go ahead and check right now, you can't make any kind of adjustments to that. This play, okay, well we could. All right, so, you know, I didn't realize this, but we could do a slant or maybe a crossing route on the backside. So this changes everything. I didn't test it. I didn't lab this. So let's go ahead and see if we could do a deep cross on the backside, and actually, there you go. That just changes things up dramatically. So sometimes you just get, when you get in the lab, you got to test things out and just see if you could do stuff like this. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and do this little crossing route on the backside. Now he gets more depth, and you basically hit your guys right over the middle of the field with that. So that really opens this up. And then conversely, what you can do is just do a quick out. So this kind of opens things up a little bit for you, where you can actually do an out route or a whip route or whatnot. So having the ability to audible is really cool. Now, the choice pivot return, really what I'm looking at is tight end, and I'm looking at that option route by Adams. What I like to do, if I got a guy that's running a lot of blitzes, I'm going to go ahead and block all. So I'm going to block all and then go ahead and do a drag route by my tight end. Now the reason I do this is that I'm going to provide myself 6 man's blocking, but if it is a man read, basically what I'm going to do is actually look for that route that's going to be the option route. He will get awesome separation against your guy if he's in man coverage. If not, you can always go ahead and do this little crossing route on the backside, or do look at the other stuff. So we'll go ahead and see if we get it. Let's see if we get the man coverage right here. See if we get it. Okay, so he's not doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and keep checking it down to that little crossing route right there, and we'll see if we get these guys lined up correctly on us, so we can actually do this. So these guys are a little bit spaced out. So let's just go into the next play, which is going to be the tight end corner. What I like about this is the inside whip by Adams and also the running back route. Now you can audible into this stuff, but I like having a quick snap play that you can easily jump into. My preference is to look to that angle route by the running back and then the whip on the backside. I don't look to any other routes. They're essentially just clear out routes for me on that. So the route right here on the back side is actually really, really devastating if you got guys that float up. I don't look to the corner routes. It's just not, there's not routes that I'm looking to. I'm looking to the inside with this right here. So running back route, I want to go and hit that. That's going to be the area I'm going to go to. And you obviously want to let him clear the offensive line before you throw it. And what's cool about it is that obviously you can get yourself some big plays like right here if you got matching principles. That would have been more of a play if I got a guy that's running a lot of man coverage against me. I want to go ahead and use this type of a concept against my opponent, which would be this choice play. That I'm going to wait for a man coverage. You know, I'm going to actually go ahead and jump into man coverage and just show you how devastating this is, especially against cover one guys and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this once again. And then we're going to run basically cover one. And I want to show you on why this particular play is really, really good against cover one. So typically what I like to do, if I see guys running a lot of cover one or blitzes against me, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this choice play, and I'll block my running back to give myself a little bit more time. But what makes this play great is basically that route by that little option route. So let's see if we get this again. Let's see if we get this option. Okay, he's not optioning the way I want him to. Usually what happens is he'll do a little crossover over the middle of the field. Probably going to be some type of a cover zero blitz. So let's go ahead and take a look at cover zero. We're going to choose a new play, and then we're going to jump into just random plays from there. So we're going to jump into basically this play is our base play, and then a concept, we're going to go with cover zero, man blitz. And this should be the route. Okay, so here is why this particular play is good and why I go ahead and do a specific setup if I got a guy that runs a lot of man blitzes from me. So I'm going to go ahead and run into the choice pivot. I'm going to block all. I'm going to do a drag route right here by Higbee. Now the reason why this play is so good is that you've got this crossing route that's got inside leverage that will get you a one-play touchdown. Now if you got a guy who's a mid blitzer and likes to blitz a lot against you, you can use this particular play and this concept and basically have your pick of the field that you want to go. There's no way he can shade specifically against you where he can get you. So if he shades to the inside, you've got basically an out route. If he shades to the outside, you've got basically just, you know, any kind of a route that you can do. So, but I love that deep crossing route, that option route. I know it's money against man coverage, and he always gets separation. And I'll be able to go ahead and complete that for big touchdown opportunities, so you can see how separated he is. So let's just go ahead and see if we get a chance to go ahead and hit this. Here you go. Nice little completion by Adams and get a touchdown. So that's how we build everything around this particular scheme. So I'm going to jump out of this this blitz and kind of show you how I'm going to go ahead and jump into essentially these other plays. So we're going to go to the RPO, and then once again we're going to do random nickel defenses. The other play would be this red zone scissors, and really what I'm looking to, it's basically levels concept. I'm looking to the flat with the tight end. Then the next level I'm going to look to is the running back route and see if they get separation, and then we'll look the underneath route by Adams, and then the deep dig route on the backside. That post route by Puka is not something I'm really going to look to, and the reason why is that it basically takes a long time to develop, and I can hit it, but it's just not something I want to look to. I want to try to get rid of the ball as quickly as possible, and if I get the flat against my opponent, I want to take that flat right away. So that's one of the things I like about that particular play. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Once again, hit the flat. You've got this corner route by the running back that you can actually go and hit. And then you got levels that's backsiding. So this just makes it really super easy to make your progressions. You've got levels over the middle of the field. Just a very, very simple play to go ahead and do. And you've got obviously the deep in route that you can get. Now you can see the leverage with Puka was on there, where you probably can hit that on the backside. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go ahead and throw that if I see a hole in the seam. But for the most part, I'm really looking towards that tight end route. And if I don't see a defender that actually slides out, I'm going to go ahead and try to go and hit these levels. But that's what's cool about this particular play. So we're going to go and jump into some of the other formations that I'm looking at, which in this scheme, and show you some other stuff. This is all just a quick scheme for you guys to take a look at. So once again, thank you for your support.